Sripada Sharanam Prapadhye, Chapter 35. Explanation about Ugra Devi. Sripada punishes and saves a follower of Tara Devi. We took leave from Sarabheshwara Shastri and continued our journey. We thought that remembering the name of Sripada Srivallabha was the only means of attaining in this world as well as in other worlds. After we travelled for some distance, we saw a hermitage. A sage by the name Siddha lived in that hermitage. He was completely detached from the material things. He was wearing only a modest piece of garment. Two of his disciples who stood at the entrance of the ashram questioned whether we were Shankara Bhatt and Dharmagupta. We replied in the affirmative. We were taken inside the ashram. The image of Tara Devi was inside the ashram. It was understood that Siddha was a worshipper of Tara Devi. Siddha said, "My children, Sripada informed us about your arrival. Hospitality is being offered to you according to the instructions of the great Guru. I am a devotee of Tara Devi. Since she always grants moksha to her devotees, that great mother is called Tara. She effortlessly grants the power of speech and saves her devotees from horrible accidents. Therefore, she is also named Neela Saraswati. There are three Hayagrivas, horse-headed beings. One of them is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, another one is a sage, and the third one a demon. To kill that Hayagriva demon, Tara Devi took to a blue form. By worshipping her, even a common man can become a scholar and can equal Brihaspati, lord of sacred speech. Sage Vasistha was the one who worshipped Tara Devi for the first time in Bharatvarsha, India. She is called Vasistha Aradhita Tara Devi. Tara Devi worshipped by Vasistha. Even though I have been worshipping Tara Devi for many years, I have not had her darshan on any day. I visited Ugra Siddhapitha in a village named Mahishi in the area of Mithila. There, the idols of Tara, Ekajata, and Neela Saraswati were on the same pedestal. A big idol was in the middle with two small idols on either side of it. It was said by the elders that sage Vasistha worshipped Tara Devi at this place and obtained the grace of Tara Devi. After I had the darshan of the idol of Mother Ugratara and came out of the temple, I noticed a girl who was very charming and delightful. It was very pleasing to hear the sound of her foot anklets. While the girl was walking, the sound of her anklets was reverberating in my heart. The girl asked me, "My dear, you are wandering here and there. Perhaps you are searching for me in the whole world. Is that true?" I was astonished. Was she Ugratara Devi or some mad girl who was speaking like this? Goddess Tara Devi sits on the corpse form of Shiva in a straggling posture. With blue colored three eyes, she holds scissors, skull, lotus, and sword in her hands. She wears a tiger skin. She is adorned with a garland of human skulls. This is the real form of that goddess who is the dispenser of bliss and salvation. However, I saw a charming girl whose age did not exceed 12 or 13 years. I was shocked. I could not reply. Suddenly, the girl enhanced her effulgence. All the cells in her body became brilliant. Her body took the shape of a boy. The body color of that boy changed into a golden color. The eyes of the boy were like the eyes of a yogi with the divine qualities of tranquility, compassion, and mercy. The boy had anklets on his two legs. He asked me, "Sir, the anklets on my legs are very tight. Can you remove them?" I agreed to it. He said, "Keep these two anklets with you. The anklets have life force in them. They will decide everything for you: where to go, what to eat, and with whom you need to speak." Having said like that, the boy disappeared. I went to Kali Ghat, part of Kolkata where a famous Kali temple is. After visiting Mother Kali's idol there, I travelled south. I visited Puri, a great pilgrimage center. I went further south and reached Simhachalam Kshetra with the temple of Lord Narasimha. Fortunately, I came to Sri Pitikapuram, which is Padagaya Kshetra. I saw the Sri Kukuteshwara temple there. I visited the self-manifested Datta idol there. There was a snake pit near the place where the idol of the self-manifested Datta was located. A divine serpent was living in that snake pit. After I saw the Murti of Swayambhu Datta, the divine serpent appeared. At the mere sight of that serpent, the Kundalini in me started rising rapidly. My body was not in my control. I roamed here and there like a lunatic. I was reciting the name of Mother Tara and was shouting. Providentially, I came near the house of a Kshatriya Jamindar named Narasimha Varma. The form of the girl who gave me darshan in Mahishi village appeared to my mental eye. The form of the girl suddenly changed into that of a boy. The same divine lad who gave me darshan on the day was standing in front of me. There was a horse-drawn cart in the house of Sri Varma. It could also be pulled by one person. The divine boy wanted to go to his maternal grandfather's house in that cart. Sri Varma called the servant to pull the cart. The servant came and stood. The divine boy asked the servant also to get into the cart. The boy said to me, "If you don't pull this cart, I will skin you alive and will get sandals stitched with your skin. I am a cobbler. Removing the skin and stitching shoes with that skin is my family profession. The skin of animals like you is superior to the skin of buffaloes and cows." Under compelling circumstances, I agreed to pull the cart. The divine boy held a stick in his hand, which looked like a stick used for driving cattle. I underwent all sorts of troubles to pull that cart. The divine lad severely beat me with the stick in his hand. The weight of the two people was equal to the weight of 20 people. While I was experiencing various kinds of troubles to pull the cart, the boy was increasing my pain by beating me with the stick. With heavy pain and with blood streaming out from me, I somehow took the cart to the house of the boy's maternal grandfather. The servant who came with the boy was very moved on seeing my condition. The boy, however, remained as a cruel one, deriving sadistic pleasure from all this. The boy warned the servant that he would also be punished if he shows any love towards me. I was half naked. The boy went inside the house and brought 2 handfuls of chili powder. He rubbed the chili powder on the parts of my body from which blood was flowing out. The 2 anklets that were given in the Mahishi village were on my waist. In the meantime, the maternal grandmother of the divine boy, Rajamamba, a pious woman, came out. She had another name, Punyarupini. On seeing her, the burning sensation in my body cooled down. Her husband was the famous Bapanarya, a Satyarushishvara. He spoke to me in Hindi. Child, what is your village? Where from have you come? You can take some rest and leave after taking a meal. The servant submitted the cruel acts of Sripada to his maternal grandmother and grandfather. Then Sripada said, Grandmother, this servant is uttering lies. No blood came out of that person. It was only sweat. I did not rub chili powder at all. It was sandalwood powder. The servant was asked to go and verify it. Upon inspection, he found that what Sripada said was true. Sri Bapanarya said, Sripada, you are devoted to truth. If you say that there are blood flow marks, there will be blood flow stains. If you say that there is sandalwood powder, there will be sandalwood powder. Whatever you say, it will be there according to your word. It appears that you are really a personification of Ugratara. I heard that Ugratara grants efficacy of speech. Verily, you are a personification of Ugratara and you can change the nature and qualities of any of the articles by your will. Please stop your playful pastimes and show mercy on this unfortunate one. Then Sripada observed, Grandfather, you are speaking the truth. You said that the emergence of will in me and its fruition will take place almost simultaneously. To decide whether it is a fact or not, the help of scriptures is required. This stranger is a good Brahmin. He worships Ugratara. However, he took to the discipline of asceticism on his own without obtaining the permission of any guru. His father brought him up by undergoing all kinds of difficulties. His mother suffered great pain when he was in her womb. At the time of his birth, his mother lost much of her blood. She experienced excruciating anguish comparable to the burning sensation arising from rubbing chili powder to wounds oozing with blood. The servant in the house of Narasimhavarma was the father of this stranger in his previous birth. The wife of the servant was the mother of this stranger. Not performing proper obsequies for the dead elders will cause ill effects. This stranger did not perform obsequies to his parents because he became a sannyasi. His sinful karma and his good karma dragged him to the Padagaya Kshetra, Sri Pitikapuram. I cancelled those ill effects by making him experience the sinful karma through this small trouble. A child lies in the womb of his mother for 9 months. If one stays in Kashi Kshetra for 9 months, or 9 days or even 9 ghadiyas, the curses from ancestors will be annulled. Sri Pitikapuram Kshetra stands on an equal footing with Kashi. If this man serves for 9 days, his parents of the former birth, the curse of the mains would be removed. I did as he said. I received his grace and blessings. I preserved the anklets given by him on that day in my puja room. I attained perfection in Ugratara mantra. I am remedying chronic diseases with my Tantra power. Sripada appeared before my mental eye and instructed me before your arrival that Shankara Bhatt and Dharmagupta would be coming this way and that I should give them good food and provide lodging accommodation and that I should present them these anklets. Thus Siddha narrated, Sripadarajam Sharanam Prapadhye.